So I've been reading through my comics boxes lately.
Noticed that on Twitter, yeah.
I just a couple months ago I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna open a box and just read everything in it. And I was reading everything in it, and I hit missing books, and I'm like, I know I have the next issue because the next issue is like a storyline that I have all of, but it's not here with this. The rest of this, it was the Captain America thing. I'm like, with the rest of this Captain America stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but I know I have it. What? And so now, all of my long boxes are open. None of them are full anymore, and I just have stacks of comics just around the room. Because at some point, I'll actually reorganize it. Because the last time that I was in these long boxes was not long after I moved in here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been, early in the lifetime of this podcast. So I'm like, Chewie from, 10 or so years ago was a freaking idiot. What the hell? Why I've got this 5-part Captain America storyline just in another box by itself and not with the Captain America stuff. Like what? So yeah, I've dug through and separated stuff, and okay, this goes with that stuff, and what's this? Oh, these are all the big like world-ending story. Okay, so I've got like Crisis on Infinite Earths and 0 Hour and Final Night and like the various Infinity whatever stories. Okay, those all go together. Sure, that makes sense. Okay, and then what's this? This is some What If. Because I used to love What If. You guys know What If?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What If was great. But I'm like, where's the rest? And it was just in another box. I had like half of my What Ifs in this box, half of the What Ifs in that box. And I'm like, ah!
So, if you, this sounds a lot like whenever you're packing and moving and everything. It's like, okay, I don't feel like being gentle and just being like, oh, I must make sure it's everything's together. It's just I need to get this stuff packed. I don't care how it gets there. I'll fix it when I get home, get to where I'm moving. That's what that sounds like.
This is a problem for future series, future
right.
Chewie.
This is problem for future me. Whenever I unpack and I'm going, okay, let me make it the way it was before. But instead of doing that, you're just like, okay, I just want to get this box undone. Let me just throw it on a shelf. I'll take care of it later.
Pretty much,
Is that
yeah.
what everybody does? Yeah.
And I think I was really meticulous for a while, and then I got bored and just put the rest in boxes where there was room, because I think I found out that the way I was gonna do it wouldn't fit and I'd have to redo everything, and I went and I just filled up the boxes and shut them up.
That sounds like stuff I've done before.
So yeah, but now I'm just reading stuff and then putting them in the box. But like now I finished all the Captain America stuff, and I found the reason I started all the reading was because I found when I opened that one box, I found Marvel used to do storylines across annuals every year, and I found a couple of those. Like this one it was called, what was it called? The System Bites, BYTES, and it was the Punisher and Daredevil, and the fourth one was Guardians of the Galaxy, because that was Guardians of the Galaxy have been around for decades before the movie, just in case anyone didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was this most bizarre 4-part series. I'm like, you know what? I haven't read these in forever. I'm gonna read them, and then right there were several of my annual storylines that I had collected. And so I read them all, and then I'm just going to read everything in this box. And then while I was digging around, I found other annual storylines that were in a different box. I'm like, what? Damn it. Pass Chewie, you dumbass. So now I've read all those, and now I'm at like a point where whatever needs to go in this box, because this is the only box that I'm sure I have right, is what I need to read next. And I'm like, I don't know what needs to go in here. So I haven't read any more comics lately.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a problem. It's not like a huge problem, but it's obnoxious as hell. So yeah, that and George Carlin and X-Files. I finally finished The Witcher on Netflix.
Witcher's good.
I did not think so.
I haven't seen it yet.
It has awesome moments. Like, individual parts of it are great. Henry Cavill is amazing. That's how I see Henry Cavill now, is as Geralt of Rivia. I don't see him as Superman.
It's not Superman anymore?
No, he was never Superman. Because his Superman, not him, but the Superman movies he was in were dildos. So I did not actually like them. And so he's not Superman in my head. But now he's Geralt of Rivia, straight up. Because he's awesome. And the like I said, the individual like storyline bits were awesome, but as a whole, I kind of hated it. And I think I've talked about this with Mike after the show, but Dirk always leaves. So the fact that time is wonky, but it doesn't tell you that time is wonky, like you're not watching things happen chronologically, but it doesn't tell you that, and it doesn't give you any hint until like a hint in the third episode. And then it like blatantly shows you that you're watching things from the past in the fourth episode. That actually pissed me off.
I could see that being upsetting, yes.
I'm like, why hide that? Like, there's a difference between trusting your audience to figure stuff out and just, oh, we're gonna pull this one over on them, eh? Like, come on, man. And then the fact that it just ends.
Yeah.
And I went, what? Like, I didn't know that there was a guaranteed second season coming. I thought that it was self-contained, and then it just ends. And I'm like, I was not happy. Because I was waiting on some resolutions. And then the credits rolled, and I'm like, you piece of... Like... So... I think if there had just been like a small indication somewhere, by the way, this is the past, so that it wouldn't have surprised me 4 episodes in. Also, for a show about a guy who kills monsters, we're severely lacking in monsters. I'm just saying.
It's because he killed them all. Duh.
Okay, that you know, a point could be made there. Yeah, you're right. But...
Really? I thought it was kind of a stretch, but
No, actually, no, because, like, Witchers are sort of becoming extinct, I'm guessing, because they don't need them anymore, because there aren't that many monsters, is my guess. But
they just did their job too well.
yeah, they worked themselves right into oblivion. But, like, having not played any of the games and not read any of the books, but they said you don't have to have played the games or read the books to appreciate this, and I watched it. And, like I said... individual episodes and individual parts are amazing, but you put it all together, and I kind of didn't like it. I think if it was just, how did you like this clip? I'd be like, that was the best thing ever. But if it's like, how did you like the whole thing? Like, I felt like it hated me. So I understand the appeal of why people love it, because I loved it. In parts?
The parts of it.
Yeah. Like that whole... Oh, God, what was it? Episode 3 or 4? The one with the Strigoi? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing. Just all of that.
What?
The what?
Something
The
streak?
Striga? Yeah.
Whatever. It's some sort of... So, The Witcher is based on... well, the world of The Witcher is based on Eastern European...
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had...
And sort of a rehashing of fairy tales.
I think they had a Strigoi on Supernatural one time. So...
that... Of course they did. Because after 40 seasons, they had to start, digging around.
I think it was in, like, season 2.
But, yeah, it's like medieval Eastern Europe instead of, like traditional fantasy as we think about it is, like Tolkien is like medieval...
Like high fantasy.
Western Europe.
Hmm.
So it's different, and I did appreciate that, and the actual like production values and whatnot of the show itself were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But like taken as an entire entity on the whole, like it took me. It's only what 8 episodes or something, and it took me forever to get through it because after I got through like after I figured out the whole time thing in the 4th episode, it annoyed me, and it took me like a week to watch the next one, and then it took me several days to watch the next one, and I sort of started to lose some of the plot threads because of it, even though it was all happening at different times. Like I was talking about it with Bill, who finished it way before I did, and I gave him a rough estimate as for the time stretch, like from the furthest back point that it shows and the furthest like the future, the current, the present. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. And I'm like, I'm gonna guess it's like 50, 60 years. And he looked it up, and yeah, it covers about 60 years from the point that's the furthest in the past to the present. And I'm like, that's stupid. Like. Like, not that it's stupid, but it's stupid that it didn't tell you that at all. You had to piece it together, and it dawned on me, like I said, in episode 4. I'm like, that, bite me. That doesn't make you clever.
But we gotta have the big reveal, Chewie.
It wasn't a big reveal, though. They didn't make a big deal out of it. They just showed a character that already died. And I'm like, wait, hang on, what? Like,
Well,
hold up.
I mean, there's pros and cons to doing it that way.
Pro.
I mean, I understand
It's
why
okay.
they did it that way, but yeah, it's not until, like you said, Chelsea and I were watching it, and we're kind of scratching our heads. We watched 2 episodes a night, and after about the second hour, we're like, there's something going on in this. And then about the third night, we're just going, oh, this is what's going on. And that we had pieced together by that point what was going on. And so we rewatched it again, understanding what the chronological orders were, everything. Like, okay, this tape makes way more sense now.
Yeah, and I think if I were to rewatch it, I would probably like it more. But I have so many other things to watch that I don't know if I'd like, that why would I watch something again that I only
Already got a bad taste.
like that I already got a bad taste of? Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm watching George Carlin specials and the X-Files. Yay.